Hey everybody, welcome to the She's Crafty podcast. I'm Kina from Las Vegas, Nevada, and this is my podcast about my knitting and my spinning, my sewing, and my crafting. Yes, I try to dabble in everything. Hello everyone, and to everyone that's new, hi. Glad that you found me. I did have a bunch of new subscribers, and I welcome you to my channel. I just try to keep it light here, have a good time, keep it real. And sometimes it's not so nicey nice. So if you're looking for a totally nicey nice, it's probably not the place for it. Anyway, yes, it has been like a month since I've podcast. People, I'm having like one of those times. Everyone knows I was laid off and I hadn't worked for like 2 months, and it was amazing. Now, I'm back to work, and the past 3 weeks have been just crazy. My in-laws were in town, so that was a great time seeing them and hanging out. And then my air conditioner broke. And that was just when it hit like 105, and sometimes the little things, air conditioner is not a little thing, but just that one little thing just ruined my whole life, it seemed like. So for 3 days, we had like a portable air conditioner in our house. One of the places here, there's a company that actually gives you an air conditioner to set up in your room. It just sits on the floor. It's a big thing, and they put a little hose like in your window, and it filters the air in and out. And thank God, because I was about to die. Luckily, we had that fixed, and pretty inexpensively. It was only our outside compressor. I don't know. The outside unit was the thing that broke, not the inside. And it said the inside should last forever, so that's good. That was fixed in one day once we found out what was wrong with it. And I got the ball rolling on that. My husband, love him to death, and so happy, has such great ambition, was like, yo, let me go look at the air conditioner outside. Maybe it's just a motor. Maybe it's something I can just replace. And yes, I was just like, yay you, but I'm about to call somebody. So as he went outside and took off the hood to the big fan thing and everything, I saw our neighbor across the street, which every year I would notice, all the houses here were built at the same time. I would notice an air conditioner truck, each house every year be like bloop, bloop, bloop. So I kind of knew it was probably going to be happening soon. It was not a surprise or anything. My house was built in 1996. So, we got 18 years out of our air conditioner. Boom. That is good. Anyway, I saw our neighbor across the street, and I knew he got his air conditioner 2 years ago. And I said, do you have an air conditioning guy? And that's when my husband was like working on a thing and doing all his stuff. And he's like, yeah, he's really good, da da da. I'm like, good. So I was over there like, how's it going? He's like, I think we should call somebody. I'm like, I already have the number. So totally, like, all together, it was like 3.5 days. If it would have been longer than that, I would have probably had our dog stay with my brother-in-law and have my cats boarded or something. Luckily, Riley just got shaved the day after it broke, so he's really furry. He's a Maine Coon, but he was shaved like a line cut, so he was cool. He wasn't real hot, and we had the air conditioner going anyway, so it was fine. If I didn't have the animals, I would have been in a hotel, and I'd be like, whatever. I would have just booked a place on the Strip or something. We both work at one, so it's not like I couldn't get a good rate. So the air conditioner broke. During that time, we are renovating our kitchen. We're having it right now. Last week, it was totally everything taken out of it. And then for 3 days, guys were here at 7 a.m. to 4 o'clock in the daytime putting in our new kitchen. And I still don't have countertops. So a week now, I haven't been able to use the kitchen at all. Just yesterday, I was able to put some stuff away in the new cabinets. I don't have a countertop. That comes next week, because that's through a different company, and they had to wait until everything was built so they could measure it. Yes, this is a lot. I don't usually ramble like this, but this is important. There's actually something going on. I have new appliances and our sink's not in. I don't have any water for like a week, and it's going to be another week until I have water in my kitchen. So I've been using an outside sink that I have, that I have for usually blocking and washing all my things. Now I'm using it as my sink outside. So I'm getting a suntan while I'm washing dishes outside. And I started my new job last week, and this all couldn't happen, while I was out of work. Oh, no. It had to happen when, I just started a new job. I'm working nights again, and I get done at 4 a.m., come home, get to sleep at like 5:30, and then guys are at my house at 7 a.m. So I have a eye mask on, earplugs in, and strange people walking all over in my house, everything. Yeah, people, it has been crazy. And, I work part-time, but I've been working actually full-time, 4 days a week. Plus I had 2 orientation days, so it was, like, insane. Like, so much going on right now. I have nothing in my Etsy shop. I have not had time to do anything. Whatever I have really going right now is stuff that I did the weeks before I started working. I love you guys if you stayed around for that. Does anybody care, like, what I'm knitting? Let's do it. FOs! That's what I'm going to start with. Sunshine Socks by Cookie A. This is CJ Knits in Sage and Bloom, or Squidward. This is a very easy pattern. Once you get the first one done, you practically memorize it for the second one, and it goes really fast, and it's really relaxing. So if you're looking for a nice, easy sock pattern that will really show off yarn nicely, this is it. And I love these colors of this yarn. It is so pretty. So I have a pattern sock done, and I'm keeping these because I haven't kept many socks lately, and these are super duper cool. I finished my doodler. For those of you who haven't watched before, I am going through the West Knits Best Knits book. Rufus, what are you doing? Where are you going? He doesn't know. Yeah, my room is like craziness right now. I've not been able to get into it. It is just insane. And look, I have ambiance candles. I see that's like a thing now. I'm doing it. Mine's back there. I'm working my way through West Knits Best Knits and just going pattern for pattern, not mixing them up, hopefully, so far. And I finished my doodler shawl. First, I'm going to show you the orange, just to keep you in suspense. First one is Noro. It's Silk Garden sock yarn. And I ran out of the first skein, so I had to buy a second skein, and I have a lot left, which is fine because this is a nice neutral I could use in something else. I have Ginkgo by Skein. A nice green foresty. And this is all I have of Briar left. So those of you that haven't knit this yet, this was a BFL sock, 437 yards by Skein, and this is all I have left. Just to let you guys know. Okay. I did have a little bit of issues with this, and I put it in timeout for a little bit, but no, it's done now. Who cares? Nobody. Look. So I think this looks like a butterfly wing. If you put it like this, it totally does. There's some nice cables up top that when you drop a stitch up top, I mean, I was screwed. I totally had to fudge it, and I don't feel like it came out right, but you know, you just do like design elements. And here's the end, nice and like wavy. And I have never used BFL sock before. It's a little bit scratchier than normal. But I think after a few more soaks, it will be nice. I really love how the colors came out. I love how you can't even tell where I changed colors in the Noro. I changed it somewhere in here, I believe, maybe this one. And because Noro is a gradient looking, it just faded right in. I really enjoyed this pattern. Up top here was a little bit fiddly. I dropped a couple times and kind of had to just work with it, but you know, we all do that kind of stuff. I chose to do the garter edge. There's 3 different bind offs. I liked the bind off that had where you have the color drop down, but I do not like those picot frilly edgings, so I didn't do that. I just did a garter and then I-cord bind off, which takes forever, but it's very rewarding. I mean, it's pretty. So this silk garden is 300 meters, and I used a whole one plus a little bit of the next one just so everybody knows, and this is how much I have of the green left. So a pretty good amount, and I use it for up top, these stripes, and the bottom. But the purple, yeah. Purple is gone, and I did all 4 wedges. There, you can pick 3 or 4, but I did have some yarn left over, you know. I'm going balls to the wall, so I did all 4. And even if you ran out of yarn, you know, just add in a different color or something. I'm sure it would be pretty if you added in like a gradient or something down here. If you did this, like black and white or something, and then had like a gradient pink at the bottom. I was thinking that when I was knitting it, and that would be so amazing. Look at me thinking of other combinations to knit this. I really am enjoying every pattern. I really enjoyed Exploration Station, Dotted Rays, which I really want to knit again, and I enjoyed this one. So I'm really happy that I chose to knit through this book. It's kind of like when I knit through Knit Sock Love by Cookie A. I loved every pattern. I enjoyed it. I felt really rewarded with my knitting, and you know, it makes me feel good. Alright, my whips. I have a lot of them. I've kind of had startitis, and you know what? I really haven't cared. My Touch Merino yarns, Magic Socks. I'm still working through the second one. I haven't really worked on these too much, but you know, I am almost done, and of course that's when I'm going to stop working on them, because so I haven't even taken these to work because I don't know. This is so silly, but if I'm knitting socks for myself, I just keep trying them on. I don't measure them or anything because I'm lazy. So I don't take them to work because I don't want to be trying on my sock at work. I just knit on them at home or when we're watching stuff. The next, and this is really surprising to me, but I have this really nice yarn from Blue Moon Fiber Arts. This is 50/50 silk and merino. I believe it's called their Luscious Silk Single, and it's a worsted weight. And I have a lot of this. It comes in big skeins, like 500 some yards, and I have 2, I believe. So I started this shawl that I've been looking at, and I'm just like, that is so gorgeous. I want to knit that. Called Celtic Myths. And all the top is all stockinette, so it's just really simple. And then the bottom is a nice Celtic cable words. I am super duper tired, but I really want to get a podcast out because the longer it goes, the more stuff I'm going to have to talk about, and I'm going to forget stuff. So anyway, so I started this just one night. I was bored, and I'm like, you ever feel like you need a different texture on your hands? I was working with sock yarn for just so long, and I just wanted to knit with worsted. I just wanted a different feeling. And this yarn, I mean, treat yourself, people. This is just so nice and so soft. And when I finish it, I don't know who will want it. I know I won't keep it. It's one of those things, you never know. I might put it on Etsy or something, or my grandmom always likes it, but she has so many of my stuff. It's like, how many shawls can I give that lady? She lives in an apartment. She can't have like 10,000 shawls. Are you wondering about this bag? Yes, I made this for myself. I was being greedy. I like making drawstring bags. The thing is, I do not like making drawstrings. Oh my god, it is like, want to kill myself. Anyway, the inside is a nice bright polka dot, and I have cat cans. And then little cats, and they have like their, you know, how they're feeling. It's so cute. Some of them are just like cranky and crabby. I mean, that is so adorable. When I saw this fabric at the fabric store, I was like, I have to have that. And I said, I need those cans. It just looks so cute. I love the size of this. It's perfect for, now this size, I bought the pattern for this. It says it's a sock bag, but it's pretty big. I mean, I'm keeping my shawl in there. But I really like making these bags. I like them more than making zipper bags because, I don't know. I don't like putting in zippers. It's not fun. And I'm a drawstring girl. I always get yarn stuck in zippers. I don't know why, but I like drawstrings better. The next one I have, and I have not worked on this in a while, and I just got it back out, and I said I need to work on that. So this is the Mind Reader. This is a hat I'm making for my husband. And it's out of La Jolla Ba. I love this yarn. It has a nice spring to it, and it's a night sky. What is this? Superwash Merino. It's a really nice bouncy yarn. It'll be great, you know, for hats and stuff. It's real springy, great for socks. Has a great color. And this hat is going to look so nice on him. It's really going to bring out his bright blue eyes. I have my little Resist stitch markers on here. She was warned, and the other one says Resist. Not working with me. These are by slapyourllama.com. One says she persisted, nevertheless, and she was given an explanation. Just great stitch markers. Everyone should have them. Everyone should be defending that. Anyway, I don't want to go there. That's why I don't get on Facebook, because I don't want to go there. Does anybody have Snapchat? I'm going to put it out there again. I do a lot of Snapchatting because, I don't know, I like Instagram, but Facebook, I'm only on there for really my family back home. Sifting through ads, dead dog posts, crazy posts about stuff I don't even care about is just exhausting sometimes and annoying, and I just rather would use Snapchat and just get it out of the way, like important stuff. I just like to use Snapchat. So I'm on Snapchat. I'm Kina Says What as in WUT, or Jersey for Life 78. So hit me up on there. Don't hit me up on Facebook. I hate Facebook. Oh, there's so many people I'm trying to avoid on Facebook. I tried to weed out friends, and then friends will message me and say is something wrong, whatever. It's really exhausting. I try not to get on Facebook Messenger. People message me there all the time, and there's messages on there from people that I'm just trying to erase from my life, and they just keep coming back like a freaking virus. So, Sock Innovation, one of my favorite books by Cookie A. I've been just knitting those socks again. I really like a lot of the patterns. And I started a sock for a Christmas gift by Skeen. And this is Top Draw Socks, a superwash merino in hazel. This sock yarn is really, really soft. I really love it. And I started the pattern Couchy. And it's a nice, like, kind of zigzaggy pattern. Let's see if I can put it on a sock blocker. I'll show you the pattern in the book, because you guys are going to fall in love with it. If you don't have this book and you're a sock knitter, what planet are you on? Come on. So Couchy. A nice zigzaggy pattern. I love the colors on this sock. All the yarns in the way. Yay! Good times. And they are knitting up gorgeously. I like how you can see the pattern very well. This is going to be a nice stretchy sock. Very happy with these. And they're very fun to knit, and the pattern is pretty self-explanatory. But I really enjoy Cookie A's sock patterns. They're really innovative, and I guess that's where I got that big word from. Anyway, I just really love her sock patterns. They're different, they're fun, they're viral, they're addictive, like the monkey sock. I love that pattern. I can knit it 100 times. Last whip. So yes, in the West Knits Best Knits book, I'm starting the monstrosity. I'm using all Blue Moon Fiber Arts lightweight sock yarn, because in this pattern you have to pick up stitches from your previously knit whatever panel, and I wanted all the sock yarn to be the same weight, because I didn't want to deal with, I'm working with a heavier sock yarn on one block and it pulls in on the lighter sock yarn that I'm picking up stitches from. So I just wanted to be able to have something of the same weight, and I have a lot of Blue Moon or Wool Mice, and I was going to use either one or the other, and I just picked Blue Moon because the colors are gorge. Also, Blue Moon for pattern socks, I don't prefer using. I like doing them as vanilla socks or monkey socks because they do pull. So I want to show you all the colors I'm using. So first I'll show you what I have done. This is the first little panel, and this is 2 different sock yarns. So the ones that are mixed in right now is Blue Moon Pebble Beach and Firecracker Socks that Rock, both lightweight. I used all lightweight. I'm using Kalish, so pretty, and I'm using Titania. And this white, which is Sweet Peach, which came in, I did the Socks That Rock Club one year, and this was one of the colors that came, and I was highly disappointed. It has variations of peach and so on in it, but I mean, come on. I didn't want that. For a sock club that was expensive, to give us a cream yarn, I mean, that just wasn't really my cup of tea, and I heard that from others too. So I'll show you guys all the yarns together if I can. Doo-doo. And the white. So this is what's happening. all these together, and I'm hoping to get some nice pooling to make the blocks look pretty cool. And I think it looked really nice. I think these colors go together nice, and they're just different enough to be able to show the variety. And it's going to be a nice springy shawl. I'll show it to you again. There's a smaller version. Actually, that one has too much pattern stuff on it, so we'll just go the big one. So I'm knitting the large size to try to use as much of the skeins as possible. I'd like to make one that has more solid colors, but I don't really have a ton of solid colors, and I didn't have any solids that all went together. Most of my Woolmies is variegated because their variegated colors are just so gorgeous, and all the other yarns I had, I didn't have enough to do all 5 colors, so I'm just doing all variegated. I'm sure it's going to look gorgeous because these colors are all so pretty. I'm very excited about it, and so far it's just mindless knitting. Most of these patterns, which now that I've knit 3 of them, I see the pattern in them and why they are so addictive. Even though they look like they're complicated, they're not. They're simple, easy patterns that they have a little bit of thinking here and there to keep you interested, but otherwise, I mean, a beginner knitter, I believe, could knit any of these patterns, and I really enjoy them, and I think that's why they get so much knit out of them. There's someone yelling at me down here. Does anybody else hear that? Hi! You show them your new cut? Don't you look gorgeous? Say hi! Oh my gosh, everyone is here. That's Dupuis, Rufus, Riley, and his beautiful summer cut. You guys can see all my mess. And that's Dupuis back there. I don't know what's happening. I guess it's like a family reunion in my craft room right now. So Tour de Fleece is coming up July 1st, and that's where spinners spin with the bicyclists of Tour de France. So me and my friends for my little knit group here in town are just doing some spinning on our own and not having any contest or anything, just really trying to spin, and I have fiber in my nose and trying to work through our fiber stash. All of us, I just can't get into the Ravelry contests and everything. I just don't like taking pictures and posting and needing to know deadlines and things like that. It's just all too much for me. I really don't use Ravelry a lot for chatting and stuff. I just use it for my logging of my projects and some of my stash and sharing photos and things like that. I really love that part because I don't save all my knitting and things that I've made on my computer. I save them on Ravelry, and that's a great place for me to just keep that kind of stuff. And I really, if I need anything, I can just go on my page and see like what I made, and I search for patterns, and I like looking at other people's stuff. I love all that part, but the chatting and contests and things, I don't know, it's all just too much for me. I really don't like being on the internet for, you know, hours at a time, and that's what could happen. So what's on my wheel, which I just started a little bit early, I don't know, is a skein bat. And it's a Pulver Silk and Aroma. It's really soft. And these are the colors. And I started this around Memorial Day. And it was just like red, white, and blue. These are the colors. And it's spinning up really gorgeously. I just don't really spin a lot of red. I spin a lot of pink and purple. But I was like red, blue, kind of yellowy. I said, you know what? I want to dive into that palette. I've been trying to break out of my little zone I get into sometimes. It's just everything's blue and purple. I'm trying to break out of it, even though I was thinking like a lot of the colors I use for my next shawl is purples and blues. I'm sorry, I just love it, but there is red in there too, and cream. So that's all I've got spinning. Now I guess I'll show you what I've been sewing. So most of my sewing has gone on Etsy and they're gone, which thank you everyone who supports me. I really love making the bags and sending them out, and just knowing that someone is using something that I made, it's really heartwarming. That's really a big part of it. So what I do have that I haven't posted on Etsy yet is just a small sock bag. And I'm kind of playing around with the drawstring right now. I don't know if one is enough and it'd be cute like little tie and put it in a bow, or if I'm going to cut this in half and do two. I'm kind of just playing around with it. The inside is a nice speckly dots, and the outside are these cute little lambs, which everybody thinks looks like donuts at first, which they do. And when you get up close, they're little lambs, and this is our just really cute bag. Not usually stuff that I make, but I saw these little sheep all fluffy at the fabric store, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's adorable. And then I saw these, they had this right next to it. They were the squares, fat quarters, and I said that would be just so cute. I also have this bag, which I don't know, I love it so much. I cannot keep everything, but cats in freaking space, people. I mean, come on. I put this really cute stitch marker on here. Looks like a planet with a star. Inside is stars, and I even embellished it with some of my rhinestones, cats in space. It's a huge bag. I am in love with this. The handle I put stars on, and I even attached a ruler 6 inches. And I really, really love this. The zipper is dark blue. I have some gold stitching on here for a little bit of bling. I mean, look at that cat with the helmet on. Are you kidding me right now? I mean, look, he's hula hooping with the ring. I can't. I just love this bag so much. I don't know if I'll be able to part. Look at this cat. He's like, oh, space cat. What is that show? I don't know. It's like Cats in Space. Is that Sesame Street? I don't know. What I want to knit. All the things, of course, but there's 2 things that I picked up free on Ravelry. One of them is a poncho. Who am I? I don't know. But I don't even wear ponchos. But I saw this poncho called the Denizen poncho. It's made out of Aran yarn, and I thought it would be awesome for merino, Malabrigo merino, the single strand. It's so soft and cuddly. I just saw the poncho and I said that it's just adorable. I want to really make that. I also saw a flower motif shawl that I thought would be good for some scraps. Not for a shawl though, for like a blanket type decoration thing for your couch or something like that. For my craft room, something just flowery and to work on. One good thing about it is I haven't read the pattern yet, but it looks like all the flowers connect together. So you make one and then you connect it to the next one, which is great because I don't want to be doing, you know, all the mending flowers together. Nobody wants to do that. Purchases. I don't have any yarn related purchases, but I do have some purchases that I love. Back here, the candle, there's someone I order scents from, and I probably mentioned it before, but from Etsy, the rustic sand castles. She gives you 24 of these for like $14. These are lilac, and this one is watermelon lemonade. And I want to say they are so delicious smelling. They make the whole house smell good. They're really strong. My husband hates lilac. I love lilac. Our neighbors back home had a lilac tree and it smelled so good. And it just reminds me of home. I burn these in my craft room and everything just smells great. And the watermelon lemonade is a first for me, and it smells so delicious. I mean, if there was smell-o-meter or whatever right now, this would be it. And these are the wax melts, and I put them in these little burners. I prefer them over candles, even though they're a little bit more work, but these smell, I just feel like they're more fragrant. I have a small house, so I can light one of these and the whole house will smell. And for Christmas, I get mostly like an apple cinnamon or a Christmas tree one, because we don't get Christmas trees out here because they'll die like in a week and it's a fire hazard. But I want my whole house to smell like Christmas, so I get her Christmas burners, and she's really quick ordering. She even wrote me a hand written note in there, and I just really appreciate that stuff. I always try to put a really nice touch on everything I send out. I always put a little progress keeper on all my bags, and I just like to be personal. I like personal. That's why I'm on Etsy making personal stuff for people to use and just know that they're using my stuff. I mean, you guys know. Touch of Modern is an app, or you can use it on your computer, that has like modern stuff. Mostly it's a lot of stuff for guys, but a lot of stuff for your home, clothing, just random stuff, but there's always cool stuff. And I got this book, leather bound book on there, and it was $30, and it's my horoscope sign, Aries, and on the back it has the whole constellation, and it's just a nice like journal book, and I haven't figured out what to do with it yet. But I thought about making it my official spinning book. So take it out of this, you know, crazy binder that's going to fall apart and my cat keeps eating, and putting it in this really nice book. I don't know. I'm not a person that likes to journal or write poetry, or I know some people are really good at drawing and do really cool artist journals. You know, I'm not really good like that. But I just really love this, and I want to find something to do with it. If anybody has any suggestions, I thought about even, you know, sometimes I think of things and I'm like, I need to write that down. Like something, if something happened to me, somebody could look at this book and know stuff about me, like what my favorite flower was, or, you know, things I thought about this day. Not exactly like a journal, but just, if you wanted to really get to know the real me, you would find it in here. Alright, other than everything else that was going on, just want to say that I did get a new job. It's with the same company. They had a job fair, which was very nice. And I got one of the 10 positions in this property that was hiring. I'm very lucky and fortunate. I'm very happy to have the job. I really am enjoying the property so far, and I'm thankful people, because I didn't have to deal with the World Series, and if you watched my other podcast, you will know I did not want to do that. I did not want to go back to poker, so I got a job in table games at a different casino, and I'm just very, very fortunate and happy. And other things we've been doing, you know, I just been relaxing this week. I was doing a lot of crafting and sewing, and I built a great customer base on Etsy, and I'm very fortunate and thankful for you guys that supported me. I really just, if you guys are using my bags or whatever, just hit me up on Instagram. Just show me like, hey, I'm using your bag and this is what I'm knitting. I'd love to see what you guys are working on. You know, friend me on Ravelry and I can stalk you. I love when people order from me on Etsy. I try to figure out your name on Ravelry and I go in and look at all your projects. Secret obsession maybe. I just like to meet new people and see what everybody's doing. What I'm watching, I actually wrote it down because there was a lot of stuff I was watching. House of Cards, new season. Me and my husband are working through that. I really like that show. And Bachelorette, love the crazy. I'm very happy with who they chose this year. I'm very interested to see if she finds love. And I really enjoy Rachel. She's very smart. She's funny, down to earth. There's a lot going on with the animals today. I don't know. Orange is the New Black. New season. Totally different from all the other seasons. And I'm still wondering if I actually liked it or not. I'm going to re-watch it to see. I don't know. You ever have that when you watch something, you're like, did I actually enjoy that, or am I just watching it because I watched all the other seasons? That's kind of how I felt. Ghost Whisperer, JD from Twisted Strands. Why the hell do you mention these shows that get me addicted? Supernatural, I started watching. I didn't get addicted to that, but I did enjoy it. The Ghost Whisperer, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I just got home from work, and I put on one episode, and I like binge watched 2 more. Real Housewives of New York. My favorite housewives is New York City. I hate Bethany Frankel, and I only hate her because she ruins the show for me. She tries to make everything all about her. This is not the Bethany show. She makes everybody hate each other. No one can ever have a good time because she's like making it all about who she hates and all that. I don't know. I don't like Bethany. My favorite one on there is Dorinda. Team Dorinda. I friggin' love you, Dorinda, if you're watching my podcast. Reading. So, audiobooks. The David Sedaris has a new book coming out that I downloaded on Audible, and I love his audiobooks because he narrates them, and I have all his books, all the ones that are on Audible, and I really enjoy him. He's so funny. He keeps diaries, and this book is going to be, just mini stories, just like the other books, and his life is just so hilarious, like his little things that have happened to him. It's so crazy. What else am I reading? The Waiter book, what is it called? Like Waiter to the Rich and Famous or something. I don't know. It's not really that good, people, so don't get it. Waiter Rant. Now that one is good. I really appreciate everybody who supports me and watches me. You guys are so awesome. I just always want to say that. I know I have some disagreeers and dislikers, and that's okay. I am not for everybody, and I totally get it. Seriously. But I do appreciate everybody who watches me and everyone who contacts me. I love meeting new people. I love to read your comments. I'm just happy to have a small group of viewers that are just awesome. I mean, really. And I know I say it every show, but you guys deserve it. And I really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And everybody, keep on crafting.